Don't worry, we're going to add some sunshine to it as well. We're going to tell you about a great story with this gentleman right across from me here. This is Steve Abrams, one of the founders of Mill Street Brewery. We're both involved in an event tonight called Inspire Toronto at Schulich, where we're talking and inspiring youth about entrepreneurship. And your story is one is really, you wanted to be an entrepreneur. You and some family members and friends got together, and the next thing you said, let's open a brewery.
Right. It kind of happened that way. It really did. I like to look back now and see that 9/11 was sort of the turning point for this whole thing. A lot of people I knew, a family as well, looked at 9/11 as sort of this point in life where if things were really going to go to hell in a handbasket, what's on my bucket list? I need to go for it. And for me, on my list was being an entrepreneur. I'd had some failed attempts previously, but I moved to Toronto and I saw that here was a place with a lot of opportunity, and a buddy of mine and I were going to open a bar originally. That was the original concept.
And it's been done before, by the way.
And his, I noticed that. Yeah. Thank God we didn't do that originally. Yeah. And his brother-in-law came to us with an idea for an organic beer. And I said, wow, organic beer, that sounds wild, and looked into it. There wasn't one in Ontario. There was a few out in BC, but really I could see the opportunity. This is at a time when places like Loblaws didn't have organic sections yet. It was still, you know, down to milk and maybe strawberries and a few other items, but you didn't have that mass demand yet.
And craft brewery wasn't really a word in Ontario at that time.
We called it a boutique brewery. It's kind of cute. That was the idea. Initially, we were going to set up in the east end of Toronto, and once we got the idea on the back of a napkin and sort of a quasi-business plan going, we started looking for locations, and we had to get the equipment as well. Right. We looked at old banks, old supermarkets, anywhere, and of course, over and over again, landlords were a little conservative. What am I going to do with you guys if you don't make it? You chopped up my real estate. So we were at our wits' end when finally we got word that these gentlemen were opening down in the old Gooderham and Worts distillery. Yeah. They're called Cityscape. They're our landlords down there. Great guys. Yeah. Again, entrepreneurs like us who were taking a chance on a place that really people had overlooked for a long, long time. It had been mothballed since the 80s. So we went down there, and they liked our story, and we liked them, and there was synergy, and we were one of the first tenants to open down there, and now it's a huge destination. It's amazing. 2002, that's when you opened. December
From that time, you've now expanded your product line. You brought distilling back to the distillery district. You've opened a restaurant at the airport. You kind of have a bar, too. Yeah, we do. But we have partners who run that. We focus on making beer. That's the beauty of it. And then our partners help run the restaurant side. We're in Ottawa as well. Yeah, and it continues. And I know that you've looked at some locations in the U.S. as well. Who told you that? And I've also read that there's always the big brewery out there. There's always a hint where they may want to acquire you. You've quashed that, of course. I have. But the battle right now at big brewery, too, that was the thing that you had to face. And right now that's happening with the beer store. Yeah, we were under the radar for a long time. And I guess they were amused by our growth. Now they realize that craft beer is here to stay, and it seems like every week a new one is opening, and we welcome it because it's still, I think, around 7% of all the beer sold just in this province. So it's a drop in the bucket, and there's a long way to go. But you're asking specifically about what's going on with the beer store now? Is that, Well, yeah. What's your take on it? Well, really, it was interesting what happened last week with the beer store's offer. Maybe some sandbagging, I don't know. But really what we're asking for is more visibility in the beer store. We want to see it change to more of the boutique style that they have in some of their locations or the self-serve stores. We like that. Our sales definitely improve when consumers have the experience of going in and being able to choose as opposed to what I call the eye chart of beer. When you go there and you look at this massive wall of brands, it's a little strange and it's archaic, and we hope it changes. And we know Queen's Park now is working on a plan to hopefully encourage them to move in a new direction. Yeah, I could talk to you forever, and we're going to continue to talk tonight at Schulich. It's for Inspire Toronto. You can go on our website for more information on Mill Street, and of course on Steve, you can go to their website as well. It's millstreetbrewery.com or at Mill Street Brew. Thanks for coming in this morning. We'll see you later tonight at Schulich. Cheers. We're going to take a break right now from Breakfast Television.